See, Carlos, you are all for the ratchetness, aren't you, honey? Are you trying to dip your toe back into a little bit of that ratchet TV because you see how successful Lemuel is doing as if you're not successful in your own right? Hey, this is Sensibility Speaks. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, y'all, it is about that time. Let's sip some sensibility, shall we? Oh, Carlos, what are you up to now, honey? You always got some shiggity up your sleeve. Always got some up your sleeve. Well, that being said, honey, we know, according to what you said, that you want to make some changes for the upcoming season, or seasons, plural, for Love and Marriage Huntsville. So let's kind of break this thing down like a fraction. Let's kind of get into it. Let's take a listen.
To bring up, we can't give y'all everything anymore because it affects Kim's business with Kanye. And that to me was when the show lost its luster. So I also look at, listen, I'm going to talk about my show. My show, Huntsville, has been on for 6 years. I already know what needs to happen on Huntsville. I'm already thinking about next season.
Mr. Carlos King, honey, we are all for your creative license and your brilliance as it relates to production and your craft, okay? But what we really want to know is, are you going to get rid of Mr. Martiana Bust It Down, Mr. Things of That Nature, as he was conjuring up, perpetrating and scheming on his ex-wife with that revenge P and all of the other dastardly things that he did to her on and off camera? We want to know, are you going to get rid of his ass? But let's continue because we're going somewhere with this one.
Because when you have a show that has been on, and again, 6 years and 15 years is half of the order. I even 6 seasons in, Jasmine, is saying to myself, you got to do something different. You just have to. So I know even on my own stuff that there's certain moments that I'm like, I can't tell the same story over and over again. I can't. These relationships aren't what they used to be when the show started 6 years ago. Something has to give and something has to change. I'm already thinking about that for next season, and we're still shooting. But I'm already thinking about the future of Huntsville, right? So this is no shade to just Atlanta. All producers needs to do that. And that's the reason why I wanted to bring up the example of Huntsville. I wanted to bring up the example of the Kardashians, because it is hard to do, but a drastic change has to happen for Atlanta. And I want to move on to another show, but I want to end with this. Do you think, as we're talking about Zeus, Zeus, love it or hate it, Zeus is the moment. Okay. It's the moment for a sector of a population who enjoys that intense level of drama. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the Bravo audience wants that.
Now, all right, Carlos, let's get into it. You said that Bravo doesn't have an appetite for that particular type of ratchetness. And guess what? The viewers of the OWN network don't have an appetite for that type of ghetto trash either, right? Because, see, y'all have to remember, Carlos was a young producer earlier in his career for Mona Scott Young for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Hell, he was the one, based upon his own recollection, he said in a video, how he had to break up the fight between Erica and Jocelyn. She was going to whip Jocelyn's, you know what? And remember, Lil Scrappy got into it with Stevie J. Child, they were in the parking lot in the dark, about to get it on, okay? So, anywho, I hope he's not trying to bring in that level of bass ratchetness. Oh, hell no. Child, we ain't trying to have it, because we don't like the ish that you're trying to get away with, how you had people bullying Melody, and you tried to take the storyline that way on some Mariah Huck type of ish, as if to say Melody was alienating the cast, but honey, the viewers weren't having that, so they had to get away from that shit that Tisha and Destiny and crew and Wanda and them and Martell, because he was the ringleader, he was the puppet master, he was having all of his damn flying monkeys, okay, a near and a far trying to gang up on this woman. So we know that shit didn't work. Remember, folk wrote to their own executives and whomever to say no. So they changed that. Okay, got it. So we got rid of Wanda. And so now you bring on Betty Steele with that same Mama Joyce type of storyline. You got on Candy and Todd and said that wasn't a fresh storyline, that you got tired of that whole thruple of Mama Joyce, beating the hell out of Todd and whatnot, and all of Candy's friends, but yet you're gonna bring on Betty Steele as if she's a pillar of the damn community with her evil old ass. Okay, she evil as ish. She real evil. But whatever direction you're trying to go in, you need to remove Martell's ass from the show. But honey, you can only feign a rapport, but for so long, the real you will come out, okay? And did. But let's listen to the rest of this.
You can like Zeus. You can like Bravo.
Shout out to Lemuel Plummer, the owner of Zeus. I know him. He's a good guy. And look, at the end of the day, he found a lane that is working. There's a sector of people who want to see that, and kudos to y'all. I love it, and I love it for him, and I love it for all of the people involved. I love it. I really, and that's not shade. I love that he's found a lane that is working because clearly people are watching it.
See, Carlos, you are all for the ratchetness, aren't you, honey? Are you trying to dip your toe back into a little bit of that ratchet TV because you see how successful Lemuel is doing, as if you're not successful in your own right, but you are applauding him. But for that type of TV, if y'all watch the Zeus Network, and I can't get into that at all, they have what? Jocelyn's Cabaret, the Bad Girls Club, Baddies, or whatever. You got Blueface, Krishan Rock, Natalie Nunn. What's the other one? Tommy, that's always into some ish, always fighting some damn body. Child, I cannot. And then remember Jocelyn and her boyfriend, fiance, or whoever the hell he is. Remember during the reunion, they were fighting half of the damn girls that were a part of the cabaret, that were a part of her show. And they were trying to sue them in the whole nine. Hell, they were even trying to sue allegedly Lemuel Plummer. Y'all drop that in the commentary and y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Is that the direction that you're trying to go into, Carlos? I sure as hell hope not. I know you won't go that far to the right. All right, so we're going to listen to one more little segment. And child, he is just tickled pink by this little part right here. Let's listen.
I'm talking about the people that when you think of a legacy of Atlanta, Nene, Portia, our farewells to them. As much as I love them on TV, if you get to a certain point in your life where you don't want people picking apart every little thing, you got to say bye to the cameras. And I'm fine with us completely starting over in Atlanta. I'm fine with us getting a new batch of women that we don't know at all, or maybe keeping a couple. Because I'll tell you this, Drew, Sadora, I've been notoriously harsh on Drew. If they were going to do a newer Atlanta, but want to keep somebody as a bridge to kind of what we are watching now, I wouldn't mind them keeping Drew as that person. Because I think Drew would probably fare better with a different ensemble. I know. Look at I'm changing all my stripes in this episode. I would read Courtney before I've changed on Courtney. Drew, yeah.
But tell me why with Drew. I'm intrigued.
Drew is on the cusp of a divorce, right? And I'm not saying
Jasmine, we said we don't care about fights that are meaningless. We don't care about you slamming the door on somebody. Like, I don't care about that. Jasmine hit the nail on the head. We want personal story. Drew getting a divorce from Ralph is going to give you Melody and Martell hope back in the day, because you know that Ralph is going to speak his mind.
Woo, child. You see how excited Carlos's ass got? When she started talking about keeping Drew on the Real Housewives of Atlanta if they were to do a reboot is what they're talking about, and mixing the older cast members and going for a younger, slightly younger generation, have Drew as the anchor. Honey, that just gave him the whole Melody and Martell saga and debacle, okay, as far as that ugly divorce. Child, he just got a little too goddamn perky at the thought of it. Now, I get personal story. Now, someone going through a divorce, that was a cash cow for you. Shit, one would think you damn near exploited poor Melody and that old silly ass Martell telling their story. But Melody needed to get that story out because I think that probably saved her on so many levels. It was therapeutic, it was cathartic, and it put Martell's old cheating ass on blast. But I ain't gonna go too deep into it. But he just got a little too damn happy. He thrives on drama. I'm talking about Carlos. And did you see when his eyes damn near bucked out his head when he talked about, and Ralph, he's going to speak his mind. And see, I can remember an old clip, and damn it, I can't find it for the life of me, where he was saying, oh, yes, honey, yes. Yeah, Martell, oh, honey, he is going to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. He's going to get those girls together, honey. He's going to speak his mind, like he was happy about him digging into Kenya, Candy, and whoever else's ass, talking about the women. He was like, he's going to read the girls, so to speak. Because traditionally on those shows, the men typically don't come at the women like that. Of course, you had the extra damn peach holder, Peter Thomas, honey, all up in the mix with the girls and whatnot. Well, yeah, child. In that older clip I can't find where he was just excited. He was like, oh, yes, honey, he is going to get them together. He's going to tell them a thing or two. He was sassy with it. He was excited about it and had a little bit of goddamn attitude when he was saying it, right? So that's one. And so this is kind of reminiscent of that because he knows that Ralph, with his mouthy little ass, he's going to say something too. Well, he's a little different than Martell, but he is a narcissist as well. You notice he didn't get excited about the thought of Drew speaking her mind. His ass got excited at the thought of Ralph speaking his mind and acting a damn fool in the ass. And hopefully poor Drew won't go through too much and she has a support system around her. But anyway, before I close out, when I think about him trying to go a little bit more in the Ratchet direction, Hughes and Stormy cuss your ass out still, okay? Well, her damn gutter mouth ass, as I curse, I say that. But oh yeah, honey, we've seen the Stormy in action. She's a shit starter. She's a shit stirrer. Then she wants to act all coy. And why everybody picking on me? Why everybody coming at me? They talk about me online all the damn time. Those goddamn people, all that stuff. You want to get in your feelings and cry and whatnot. And also, we've seen you down trying to embarrass Melody about the bone carrying. But I'll talk about that in another video. So yeah, that's why he brought that goddamn Stormy and her ratchet ass mama up there, because he wanted a little bit of that in Love and Marriage Huntsville. See, he's all like, oh, I'm protecting Melody, this and that. My ass, you ain't protecting nothing. You try to exploit that damn woman for your own personal gain. All right, so y'all drop down in the commentary and tell me what y'all think. All right, this is Sensibility Speaks. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for my returning subscribers, and shout out to the new ones. Hope to see you back. Bye-bye.